Well, we're at the very last Wednesday of the month, and I decided I was going to go ahead and try and find me a place to stay overnight, maybe a marina or something where I could go ahead and take my shower, and clean up a little bit, and get off the boat for a day. Uh, and as I was coming down the Intercoastal here, I happened to notice that there was a park on the right side of me. Turns out it's a park that had a marina. And it also turns out that it's the only park in North Carolina to have a marina. So, and I kind of consider myself lucky that I even found this place. Uh, One, because it was very cheap. Well, not cheap, inexpensive. It's actually a very nice place to stay. Very inexpensive to stay. I guess because it's state run, they can name their own price. So the transit fees were very, very good priced. And after I tied up, because I was only going to stay overnight and keep traveling, I realized that we had the 4-day Memorial Weekend coming up, starting this weekend. And I thought, I definitely don't want to be traveling during Memorial Weekend. There's way too many boaters out there, so I've decided to go ahead and get with the marina staff here and see if they would allow me to stay more days. I know, I was expecting a lot since it was the Memorial Weekend and they were going to be packed. I was expecting a lot as far as trying to get a slip for 4 more days. But the staff here is excellent. I love the staff. And this is a South Carolina Beach Park, State Park. Very beautiful park. Marina is great. They provide electric and water, all included with the dock fee. So that even made it even better. And like I said, it's a very nice marina to stay in. If you ever happen to be in this area, I think you can even lease the docks for like a year at a time. For some ridiculous price of $2,800 or something like that. So that's cheap compared to Florida anyway. And you get to come and go. It is kind of a problem for the big boats to get in and out because during low tide it's pretty shallow. There was a couple of big boats when I came in inside the marina, and they were waiting for the tide to come up so they could leave. It was too shallow for them to try and leave at low tide. So they sat around for an extra few hours. So as I was coming in, I came in at low tide and I really didn't have any problems. My alarm went off one time, I think. But that was at 3 feet, so I still had plenty of room in there. You can see there's a good sized boat in front of me there. Now he has to come in and out with the tide. At low tide, he probably wouldn't make it out. But it turns out that it's, like I said, it's a state marina or a state park marina. And it turns out the fuel price was about the same, average fuel anywhere that you would get anywhere else. But the slip prices were ridiculously low. And I decided, you know what, I'm not going to be traveling during Memorial Weekend. I know it was Wednesday and I could have probably traveled another day or two, but I decided to go ahead and just tie up here. And at first, originally I had signed up just to stay overnight, and then I was going to travel a couple more days and then stay somewhere else. But with the Memorial Weekend coming, I thought, nah, there's too many boaters out there. I don't want to take a chance to be out there with all the boaters going to be out there. So I went ahead and went in back into the marina, and I asked them if they had an available slip where I could stay longer than just the overnight. And they really didn't have it. They were basically booked because of the holidays, so I didn't expect to find a space. But she says what they could do is they could put me all the way at the end run of a dock, which is normally reserved for big boats, but it's hard to get the big boats to come in and out of here. So she said if I wanted to, they would go ahead and put me on one of those that they call one of the uh, L docks, and it really didn't make a big difference to me where I was, so I end up go ahead and staying. Here's where they put me temporarily overnight, and then they were going to move me over to the other side. But as you can see, very nice little marina. They all have floating docks, and they're all in very good shape. They have water and electric, and for the price of the dock, and it also includes electric and water, you can't go wrong at all with that. Here is the lounge area at the marina. And this is air conditioned. You get to come in here, sit down, cool off, stay cool. Nice little area. It keeps a lot of people come in and out of here, especially people that are traveling. They'll come in and sit here for a while just to get out of the boat, like I do. I've been on a boat all week, so I definitely don't want to like spend my whole 4 days that I'm here on board the boat. I got plenty of days to do that. I went ahead and walked around for a little while, kind of saw what the beach coastline was. It looked like it was gonna get starting to rain a little bit, so I figured, well, maybe I'll record just a little bit of it and then head back. This was a pretty windy day, so I didn't stay too long out here on the beach. I just kind of walked around and then decided, nah, better call it quits before the rain starts again. So, but it's a very beautiful area. As a matter of fact, they said South Carolina and North Carolina are the only two places where the Venus flytrap plants grow, and they actually will find you. There's a huge fine if you get caught digging them out of the ground and trying to take them with you. So that was pretty interesting tidbit. I didn't know that this is South Carolina and North Carolina are the only two places that they will grow in the U.S. But they said, yeah, for some reason, I guess the soil or whatever, the weather, the temperature, it's just right for these things to grow. I didn't see any. They got trails that you can go walk by and see them and everything, but there are a lot of mosquitoes out here. So as long as, I mean, if you're close to the water, it's not bad. Mosquitoes are not that bad. But when you start getting into the little trails and stuff that they have here, which they got a lot of trails here, you get a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of these flies that when they bite, boy, they really hurt. They hit you pretty hard. But as you can see, this was pretty nice. It's all, a lot of it was kind of marshy area and stuff like that, but it was nice beach. There were a lot of people fishing out here. Apparently there's good fishing out here, they said. So good that they don't even let you fish around the marina, because then you'd have too many people hanging around the marina, and they said you can't do that because of the boaters, you know. But even the marina was, like I said, pretty nice and pretty calm. I like the fact that they had a wall built, what we call a breaker wall, you know, which helps as boats are going by and they're creating this big wake. They hit this breaker wall so that your boat's not bouncing around and going all over the place. I also decided, you know, since I'm staying the 4 days here, is to try and spend some time and maybe going to downtown and seeing what's going on over there. And I started today, but then as you can see, the rain came pouring down. So I figured, well, I guess I'll have to pick another day to go out into town and go visit there. But I will be going tomorrow to get my groceries and everything downtown, and they have a boardwalk, which I plan to go see. One of the things they had also about the park here is they had these little cabins right here that you can rent out, and they're pretty neat. They said you can sleep up to 6 people of them in there, and they're air conditioned. They got electric and water in them. You have, you know, grill and everything already outside. and they were pretty nice. Uh, Here are some of the animals that hang around here. I guess that they got stuffed, I guess, but these are kind of some of the animals that hang around the park here. Uh, I guess just about anything you can think of they got here. Even the foxes, a couple of red foxes were here. Uh, but they also showed some other some seagulls, some very large seagulls. They said they were mainly a little bit larger than the average seagulls that said they believed lived here millions of years ago, but they weren't sure, but they found the skulls and everything here. I also have an artificial plant of what these Venus flytraps flowers look like, and what they do is they put off a little scent in the middle of the petal there, and when the fly goes into them, they close and they're trapped in there, and then it takes them a little while for them to go ahead and digest the film. That's about it. That's how I spent my 4 days here. I'll be leaving tomorrow morning and start my trip again, but it was good to get off the boat for 4 days and just kind of relax, take it easy. No hurry to get anywhere, like I said. And here's the sunset coming down. And like I said, probably tomorrow morning once I get up and pick up fuel and take my shower and get ready to go ahead and take off for another trip. I believe by probably in a couple of days I'll be in Morehead City, North Carolina, and 2 days after that I should be out of North Carolina and I should be at Norfolk, Virginia, which will get me, kind of close to out of the state of North Carolina and going into Virginia. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling that by the end of the month, of next month, I will probably be pretty close to Lake Erie, the Great Lakes. So I'm doing much better time than I thought I was. When I was thinking of taking me 8 to 10 months, I'm kind of more looking at about 6 months of doing the whole trip. If I get to Chicago in 3 months, then it'll definitely be coming downriver versus going up the intercoastal is a lot faster and a lot easier, mainly because you're going downstream. Once you start going down the Illinois River, everything you're going down is downstream. So the current will be with you the whole time. So you'll be able to travel much faster than what I'm traveling now. And it should be better on my fuel economy also. But yeah, I kind of suspecting I'm going to be done with the trip within 6 months. I was kind of looking more at about 10 months. The more I read up on doing the Great Loop, I realized that when they meant a year, that most people take a year. Most of those people doing the Great Loop like that are doing it on a sailboat, which is a lot slower than I'm doing on my boat. It's a small boat and it's only a small 90 horse, but I'm traveling a lot faster than a sailboat would travel. When they travel at 6-7 miles an hour, I'm traveling at 13-14 miles an hour. So that's the end of this show, and we will see you later. Thank you for watching.